I'm in an incredible trade setup on US30, and there's still time for you guys to profit from this move, as I do believe this is the start of the breakout on US30. Now, some of you that are watching this right now, you may have started the week in a loss, you may have started the week in a profit. Now, if your overall bias were longs, your overall thesis is correct, so you shouldn't feel bad about that. We actually did start the week in a loss, right? We were long on US30. After the first initial sell-off, we were expecting price to start breaking out straight away, and we thought price wouldn't go as low as this trend line, but boy were we wrong. Price actually took us out, but we stuck to our buy bias, and now price has rallied and we're now back within our range, and we're expecting price to continue up. So our next major target on US30 is at 49,397.6, and from where we currently are now, that is a 477 percentage point move. So that is, again, a very large profit. Now, this is what I would say to a lot of you watching this right now, right? And we're going to break this down so you can all understand and you can all benefit from the move that's about to transpire. Now, the first thing that we want to do is identify the market trend, the overall market trend. We always want to ignore the noise, right? So obviously the reason why we saw the initial sell-off on the Dow Jones is because of the tensions between the EU and the US, right? The tensions around Greenland and the trade tariffs, etc., etc. But we knew that data was not enough to essentially change the direction of the Dow Jones, of US30. We weren't expecting price to essentially break trend and start moving to the downside based off that data alone. There needs to be a massive news event related to interest rates or something of that nature, right? But we didn't see that, so we knew it would be short-lived, and so far that's proving to be true. Now, what we're doing now is we're looking at this with a fresh set of eyes. Now that we're back within the channel, right? We're back within this range. We can look at this as a fresh trade. So what would I be doing right now? Number one, I have to put my hands up. We do have a cheat code. We do have an AI trading bot that helps scan, all the data and has an 80% success rate, right? So I can't complain. And in fact, for those of you that want access to that, click the link in my description. Join the free Telegram group. Again, completely free. Just make sure you download the Telegram app, click the link in my description, and you'll get access to it, right? And of course, if you want more content like this, more breakdowns, make sure you subscribe, because I will be posting US30 updates daily. Now, with that being said, what are we looking for now? Let's say we are looking for a buy position on this trade. Now, as you can see, we never, the rule, number one rule is don't chase the trade. But in this case, you're not necessarily chasing the trade, which is why I'm posting this update. Because if I were to buy this, I would simply have a stop loss below this area of support, right? So below the range, it'd probably have to be, I would have to leave some breathing space, because obviously, you don't want to see the pullback, the aggressive pullback, which will probably happen now, right? So you don't want to see price go all the way back down. If I can find my measuring tool, I think it's about, let's have a look. It's going to be about, let's say 200 points or so. Let's have a look. Yeah, 208 points, right? So that's a decent stop loss, and then our take profit is going to be at where we are now, where our first initial target is at 4939.6, which is 461, and that's a great risk to reward, especially from a short-term position, especially from a day trade perspective. And in fact, I'm going to leave this up there so you guys can obviously refer back to this video and of course track the results. But you could obviously stay up to date with us by subscribing and joining our free Telegram group below. But that's a decent trade opportunity, decent risk to reward. And of course, you're trading with the trend as opposed to trading against it. But let's see what happens. Like I said, I think that the tensions will be ongoing, right? We're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, but I don't think it's enough to change the overall market direction. So let's see what happens now, guys. Until next update, seize the day.